Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Noah Unleashed. If you're new here, hi, I'm Melball. I like to watch Japanese wrestling, and this is Noah Unleashed, a weekly news and review show where I give you all the latest news and reviews happening with my favorite Japanese company, Pro Wrestling Noah. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back to the glorious, glorious chaos that is Melball. She's got nails on today. She's got jewelry on today. I'm feeling put together for you guys, considering how little sleep I have going on. It is currently 3 in the afternoon. I have been up since 1 a.m. to watch the show that I'm about to talk about, which is the Sunny Voyage show from July 12th. But before we get into that, I need you guys to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video. We've got a great show lined up for you today. The sun has decided to come back briefly. I have got a couple stories to build on majorly on this show tonight. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to open up with some news first. Actually, before we get into that, I have 3 bits of news for you coming out of Pro Wrestling Noah. The first bit of news is there is a double title match happening for both the Marigold World Championship held by Utami Hayashishida and the GHC Women's Championship held by Takumi Iroha. And this is going to be happening at the Marigold Burning Desire show on July 16th in the Tokyo Korakuen Hall. I am so excited for this match. As soon as Takumi had made the initial challenge to Utami before Yuzuki came out, I was excited. I'm very excited, and I am actually going to be making sure that I watch at the very least this match, and I'm going to be reviewing it for you guys on the next episode that comes after it of Noah Unleashed, so make sure you stay tuned to hear how that goes. The second bit of news that I got for you is Jack's back! Jack Morris has returned to Pro Wrestling Noah, and it looks like he's bringing a friend, or maybe not. I don't know. He just seems to have popped up in a match that I had mentioned a few shows ago, where Team 2000X has a ex-member coming into their 8-man tag match. That's going to be happening July 19th. I'm curious. I'm very curious. Who do you guys think it could be? Are they adding a new member, a completely new member, maybe from Dragon's Gate, maybe a new member to the Noah roster? Maybe we could see another DDT member coming in. You know, who knows? With this combination, there doesn't seem to be a very particular feud happening with either of the 8 men kind of involved in the match. So curious to see, maybe Omos is coming back. Omos. I don't know how to pronounce his name properly. Commentary wasn't exactly clear on it either. But yeah, Jack Morris is back. Hopefully he's bringing a friend. I'm excited to see who it is. July 19th, we're going to find out. I believe that is the 3rd match before the main. 2nd before the main. I'll have to double check. So, last bit of news that I have here. News a little bit of 3. I am so tired. N1 has been announced, and it's going to be 9 shows beginning September 8th and ending September 23rd, starting and ending, where it all kind of goes in a full circle. We're going to be starting in Tokyo, ending in Tokyo. This is going to be my first time seeing the N1. I'm super excited. I hope some of you guys come along on the journey with me, kind of go into this fresh and new and not seeing it before. I'd love to see what you guys think and feel about the competitors. As soon as they start being announced, I'm going to start doing a prediction, see who we think is going to take that. So, now without further ado, we're going to get into the Sunny Voyage show. We're going to go into it with match number 1. I need to turn up the brightness on my screen here, though, because it is just too dark for me to see. There we go. Okay, so match number 1 was a tag match that featured Harutoki and Kai Fujimura taking on AMAKUSA and Shuhei Taniguchi. I got so excited because Harutoki's music It's the happiest thing I've ever heard in my life. It fits him so perfectly. It set the mood, it set the vibe for the first match. It just immediately made 1:30 in the morning a lot easier to handle. So some notable spots from this match included a tag team by All Rebellion, Anamasca with a wheelbarrow senton done by Harutoki picking up Fujimura and kind of dropping him on Anamasca. There was a tilt-a-whirl, I think that's what it's called, tilt-a-whirl arm drag by Anamasca. I'll put the image kind of over here. Taniguchi kind of coming in, taking out All of Rebellion by dropping Fujimura with body slams on Harutoki a couple of times. And then Mosca comes in and takes out Fujimura on the outside, which leads into the finish here. Finish comes with Harutoki hitting a pump kick followed by a pin on Taniguchi for the win. Joy and pomp and stance. We got to hear the song again. It made me very happy. Again, just the music is just so perfect. I love seeing any combination of All Rebellion. You could put any member together. They work so well together, just a perfectly well-oiled unit. I absolutely love it. Anamasca also seems to be that guy who can just really work well with just about anybody. I've seen him partner with a wild amount of people this year, and he just always perpetually looks so good. So good. So from here, we're going to move on to match number 2. We have a singles match between Saxon Huxley and Black Mensore. Now, this match was a funny match. This was a goofy match. Wherever Black Mensore kind of is, you know he's going to be coming out with his za, and I love it. Saxon Huxley, though, I feel is the perfect person to go into this because he still looks and acts intense while still allowing playing into the goofiness of Mensore. Mensore a little bit afraid of Huxley, though. Afraid of the Jonas, though. You afraid of the passion. I get it. Kind of took off around the ring for a little bit before getting back in. A few noteworthy spots in this. Again, Mensore running away, but then when he came back in, he grabbed on the beard of Huxley. That's a good way to piss off the bear. Huxley delivering a passionate body slam after Mensore tries to do the rope walk crossbody and gets caught instead and tossed. Huxley removing his boot and putting the sock on the hand for the za, and I cackled. That was one of the funniest things I saw all night. Chasing him around for a little bit, Mensore stealing the boot and then running around. They ended up in a little za chant also. I believe the sock also got tossed at Mensore. Just a really funny little match here. So the finish came with Huxley hitting his double choke sit out powerbomb for the win, single shoot and everything. And those who know me know that when a wrestler takes off his boots in the middle of a match, when we have bare feet, I get scared because you never know. You kind of open up your foot for a little bit more of a disadvantage. If I'm wearing steel toes and I stub my foot, I still am annoyed about the pain that I feel. I can't imagine how it would feel stepping on someone's bare foot. However, actually did very, very well. It didn't seem to hinder him. You never noticed, actually. It just kind of seemed like he was just wearing a flesh-colored boot or something. It worked out really fun. I had a good time with it. It was a nice little goofy, yet not taking away from the seriousness of Huxley at the same time. It's a fun little match. So moving on from here, we're going to go into match number 3, which was a 6-man tag match, which was essentially Team Lucha versus Team Noah. So for Team Lucha, we had Dragon Bane, Alpha Wolf, and Super Crazy taking on Team Noah, Muhammad Yone, Atsushi Kotoge, and Hajime Ohara. By just hearing all of those names that it's going to be a great match. Going to be a phenomenal match. High speed, lots of adrenaline, lots of moves popping off, and it did not disappoint. So I'm going to try to narrow it down as much as I can because there was a lot popping off in this match, and I can only only take up so much of your guys' time. So all 6 men starting off together here with the crowd super hyped up and excited. And then this results in Team Noah kind of being tossed out by Team Lucha, and Team Lucha posing in the ring. We got Kotoge doing his rope choke on Super Crazy. We got Super Crazy doing his fun little standing Viva Mexico twisting elbow drop that he does. There's an interesting story kind of going on between Alpha Wolf and Ohara here. They were kind of battling back and forth for dominance. I don't know what Ohara did, but there's a lot of aggression on his part and everyone's part going into it. But it made for a really intense, fun match. So there was a fun little bit where Yone stopped Los Copiadores with his little disco taunt and a double clothesline. Kotoge setting up Los Copiadores in a we'll say a compromising position. I'm not entirely sure what this was, but it looked like the Alpha Wolf's head was up under Dragon Wolf's booty, and Kotoge sitting on his back with his Dragon Bane and a double armbar on Dragon Bane. It was interesting. Whatever it is, if someone knows, please let me know in the comments down below. I laughed at it. It was adorably hysterical and yet apparently very effective. So the finish here comes with Alpha Wolf hitting Kotoge with a really wicked headbutt, a pop-up power bomb, and then doing that kind of flip-up Kamigoye knee to the face for the win. This was a very, very fun match. I love seeing all of these guys together. They work so well together. The tag champions, very vicious and almost seem to shadow each other whenever they are in a tag team match together. Works so well for them. I can see why when they were having their singles match a few months ago. Yeah, a month ago. When they were having their singles match, you could see why Dragon Bane was a little concerned, a little conflicted about facing his brother. You know, who knows each other better than the brothers, right? I'm struggling to think of a team that could challenge them right now within Pro Wrestling Noah that would be able to, that they haven't challenged already and kind of checked off the list. I'm curious to see if maybe Kotoge and Ohara will try to make a push for that at some point. I would like to see that anyway. I have such an appreciation for all of these guys. This match was exactly what I expected of it. It was so good, so quick. We showed off all of these guys, and like you wouldn't know that these guys are what would be considered a more older locker room. They don't move like it. They are moving quicker, if not. No, they are moving quicker than some of these 20-year-olds. They're that dang good. So we're going to move on. Match number 4. We have a singles match coming to you from Junta Miyawaki and Calibus. I love how Miyawaki is with the crowd. He is so over. They love him so much. The kids adore him. It's so nice how he goes out there and appreciates them before the match kind of gets underway. Sportsman's start made me very, very happy considering the rest of the night we might not have always had that. So it was really nice to see. Some memorable moments from this one include a handspring arm drag and a drop kick by Calibus, as well as a big tope con hilo. There was Calibus at one point hitting Ohara's muy bien and just putting it on him in a different way. Very interesting to see. And I was like, hey, that looks familiar. There was a second rope plancha to the outside by Junta Miyawaki, followed by a top rope missile drop kick back in the ring. There was also a released German by Miyawaki, which I believe Calibus actually ended up rolling through and hitting Miyawaki with a drop kick, if I'm not mistaken. The finish, though, comes after trading some moves back and forth. Miyawaki is able to hit his Sunshine Driver for the win. This was a fun match, really showed off that in-ring expertise of both Miyawaki and Calibus. It gave these guys an opportunity to really shine, and I hope to see Calibus back for more tours, and I hope to see Miyawaki in even more singles matches. So, from here we're going to move on to the most stressful part of the show for me. Match number 5. Featuring Passion RATEL'S, Hey, Daiki and Inaba taking on Passion RATEL'S, Manabu Soya, and HAYATA. These matches are stressing me the frizzity yucky out. I was so excited for Yohei and HAYATA. I had so many ideas, so many things that could possibly go for them for stories. HAYATA being mean to Yohei and Yohei being the confused husband, it was not on my bingo card. These matches are really stressing me out. So let's get into it. Also, random question. Why is HAYATA not bringing the title to the ring? He's supposed to be the hardcore champion. Is it just a belt that they bring out on special occasions? He's the champion. He should be bringing out his belt. Get the belt. Anyway, some noteworthy points of this was a passionate start, sportsmanship start between Inaba and Soya, which makes me happy. There's also been that little kind of sub-story where Inaba has been struggling since winning the tag championships with Soya to get wins, to maintain wins, to justify having the titles. So we, on top of like seeing a bit of clash with that, the main story focus in this match was the animosity between HAYATA and Yohei. HAYATA denying the handshake to Yohei and then following it up with some goofiness with where Yohei was concerned, kind of doing his little dance, almost kind of like Great Tsukuyuis, and I kind of loved it. But then they started having this kind of trade back and forth of just flipping through each other's stuff, reversing everything, going through everything. And they tagged for a very long time. These guys' careers have kind of almost been synonymous with each other. So they do know so much about each other. So these guys back and forth. Outside the ring, Yohei hits a spike DDT on HAYATA, and these guys are just beating the crap out of each other and tossing each other into the chairs, and I'm sitting there just, why? Doesn't he call him his wife too? Why are you tossing your wife like that? Anyway, it got to a point where these guys were battling so much out into the crowd that the rest of Passion RATEL'S had to get involved, and Inaba, Soya, and Huxley breaking apart Yohei and HAYATA, kind of tossing them back in the ring, but the guys immediately tag out and let the Jonas brothers back in there. There's like a passion power off between Soya and Inaba, where again they're just trading moves back and forth. The finish, however, comes with Yohei and HAYATA back in the ring. Yohei catches HAYATA around the waist and kind of swings around him, almost 619ing his feet out from underneath him. I think this is his yo roll, where he grabs the waist, 619 rounds, takes out the feet, and then jackknife pins the legs, maintaining control of that waist after that 619, pinning HAYATA for the win. HAYATA not happy. I'm not happy either. These are stressing me out. The 19th needs to come. It needs to come quickly. I'm kind of happy that I don't get access to the 13th show. I think the 13th is an Abima special. I don't see it on the Wrestle Universe able to watch shows coming up. But like, I don't think my heart could handle another one of these. Every time I see it, it's just like, it breaks more. I don't like seeing the marital problems between Yohei and HAYATA play out like this. They need to figure it out. I'm so stressed out with this. I can't wait for this feud to be over. Okay, so from here, we're gonna try to end my stress and we're gonna move on. Match number 6. And it was a 6-man tag team match featuring All Rebellions, Kaito Kiyomiya, Galeno, and Alejandro, taking on the team of Tetsuya Endo, Will Cruz, and Eita. This was another match where I'm looking at the paperwork and going, this is gonna be so good. And it was. So, let's get into it. The combination, first of all, of Cruz, Eita, and Endo, I think is my favorite combination of team, because you have Eita, who's the junior, and who's very, very talented junior at that, with that lucha tendencies, but then that kind of savagery that pairs very, very well with Will Cruz, who's obviously the big boy bruiser, but also kind of like also fly and do lucha stuff, which is why him and Galeno just so well together for me. And then you have Tetsuya Endo, who's that combo of the two, but extremely aerial, extremely acrobatic, extremely strong. It just, these three, they're a great team. They're a great combination. So Cruz also looks like he's rocking a fresh haircut. Looked really sharp. Anyway, some notable points in this match. There was a one point at the beginning where Endo was doing this hilarious bit with Alejandro where he's like bicep curling him, and it made me very happy. Showing off them biceps. There's also a point where he like pulls him up, puts his hands at his side, and almost like is like patting him on the head. Good boy. Good job. And I kind of cackled at that again. Nice little giggle spot for me. Ada and Kiyomiya moving so damn fast. I actually at one point was like checking my computer. I was like, do I have the speed turned up or something? How can I have the speed turned up? I was watching this thing live. These guys were moving indescribably fast. So quick, so good, so entertaining. Big men coming in, Galeno and Cruz, big meaty men slapping meat, neither one going down. It was so good to watch, so fun to watch. They were chopping the schmack out of each other. Neither guy going down. It was so good going into their title match tonight, tomorrow. It's still the 12th. Whatever the frack this was, my Endo. Again, if you know what this is, please let me know, because like I saw this and I'm like, I can't tell if I want to be next in line or if this is actually damaging. I'm not entirely. So yeah, if you guys have an answer of what this is, please let a girl know. So yeah, the finish comes, however, Cruz coming in, who's been being antagonized by Alejandro since the get-go. Finish comes, Cruz hitting a second rope moonsault onto Alejandro for the win. This was so much fun. This was a sass match for me, especially with Alejandro and Endo. Alejandro always comes in with that level of sass, and I absolutely love it. It makes his character so adorable and also feisty, adds a little charm to the character. Whereas Endo started turning up the sass with him, and I feel like he almost outsassed Alejandro, especially with his little ta-da moment. Very, very fun match. Very, very fun way to kind of go into the main event, which was another build on the story. Match number 7. We saw 8-man tag match with Team 2000X combination of Ozawa, Daga, Tadasuke, and Owada-san, with, of course, Yoshitatsu, taking on the team of Kenoh, Kenta, and Oka Sasaki, Noah's 3 Racha, and Daiki Odashima. The story with Ozawa. Now, something I noticed, I mentioned before, with Ozawa, every person he feuds with, he kind of does something like dramatically and crazily different. Kenoh has been no different. It's the selfie thing. He's bringing in the phone. He's always taking pictures. He's always taking selfies. He's recording Kenoh. And I'm like, this is interesting because Kenoh's been kind of doing a lot of promo lately. He's very much the face of Noah, aside from Kiyomiya. So it's interesting to see where this is going, and we're going to talk some more about it because it comes into play a few more times throughout the match. So Ozawa coming in, taking the selfie when he's like turning around with the belt in his mouth and everything, is really getting that. It's not hard to, but it's really getting under the skin of Kenoh. He's very much an image guy. He's very much all about how it looks in professional wrestling. You can really see that from his time in Congo. So, it doesn't surprise me. It annoyed the hell out of Kenoh. There are some fun points in the match where, for example, Udashima tearing it up with Tadasuke. Holy hacking crap. Tadasuke, phenomenal wrestler. And I love watching him. His tag match recently with Awada-san taking on Los Golpeadores was just some next level-ish. But putting him in with Odashima really gives Odashima a chance to really show off that speed. And it was another moment of the night where I was like, is my speed on this video turned up? It's not possible. It's live. These guys are so freaking fast. Awada-san coming in like a brat, doing that cocky pin sitting on Kenta's chest, but Kenta getting him back right away. But then Awada-san getting his hands on Kenta's whiskey, spitting it in his face. It's not nice. The Tadasuke shark chop do 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 to Kenta's crotch do 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 do. Yeah, not good times for Kenta. There's one point where Ozawa has Kenta in a fireman's carry, and he kind of stumbles a little bit and actually falls over backwards, but he actually maintains control of Kenta on his shoulders and is able to actually kind of shimmy him back into position and stand back up. However, Kenta is able to kind of wiggle out, but it's really cool that he was able to still try to force the move despite falling off of his feet where he needed to be. Very, very impressive. So Kenoh in and taking out the team before getting an ankle lock on Ozawa. There is a massive missile drop kick from Ozawa in the corner to Kenoh. It's just the height that he gets is absolutely insane, but then how tight the drop kicks are also equally insane. And then, of course, Ozawa has to get a selfie. Because that's what he's doing, and I'm loving how much it pisses off Kenoh in this. Odashima coming in with a crossbody in a crazy sequence with Daga, but Daga able to grab the ref and kind of cut him off, kind of sneakily escapes out of there, taking out Odashima and taking out. The finish comes here with Owada-san coming in after Odashima's kind of got his ish wrecked by Ozawa, coming in and just simply doing a backslide for the win over Odashima. It made me a little sad. But, this is Team 2000X. This is what they do. This is the shenanigans they do. They are such a smart, dastardly bad guy faction, and it works so well. I can't help but respect and admire them and be like, yep, that is the smartest thing I've seen a team do in a very, very long time. They ensure they get the job done. You got to respect that. So I did feel it was a little bit of a merp way to kind of end it, but the match itself was so incredible. I can overlook it. I do need to see a story of Odashima triumphantly starting to win, because, man, has he earned it. He's been working so hard. He's been in these matches that he has no right being in, like against Fujita or Sugiura, but he's kicking ass, and he's so strong and so quick. He's going to be a future superstar in the making there. So post-match, Ozawa cutting a promo about how Kenoh is an attention-seeking old man and that he's going to show proof that he is, and yada yada. Kenoh answers by attacking him and really kind of ending the show with the announcer screaming at people to get out of the way before they get kicked accidentally by 3 Racha. Brawling before, again, 3 Racha does come in, pulls out Kenoh, the team pull away Ozawa. And Ozawa made good on his news. He did post a picture of Kenoh in a, I will say, a bit of an interesting position. It's an interesting kind of way that Ozawa is playing this, but it's one of the reasons why I absolutely love Ozawa. He's such a dastardly champion, and he looks for ways to push the buttons of who he's feuding with, and he continues to just push until that person goes nuclear. And it's that nuclear point that he can capitalize on, because once you're losing your shit, it's hard to be able to concentrate and take someone who is equally as chaotic as Ozawa down. I'm excited for this. Match. Again, July 19th, this is when this is happening. Okay. Let's get into the end of the show, guys, okay? Here we are, the end of the show. What did you guys think? Did you guys get a chance to take in Sunny Voyage? What do we think about the Passion for RATEL'S little kind of chaotic battle going on? Who do you have in that situation too? Do we have a 2-belt HAYATA situation about to happen for a little bit here, or do we have Yo Hey Yo Hey, defeating his friend, his wife? It's such a different way to say it. Do we see Yohei retaining over his wife Hayata and continuing his title reign? I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want in that situation, but you know what I do want? To be over. Because my heart, it's breaking. It can't take any more Passion RATEL battles. No more after this. I'm begging you, please. Okay, what else? Ozawa and Kenoh. What do we think about that? What do you guys think about the chaoticness that is Ozawa? I feel like he's one of the best champions in the world right now. I feel that not enough people know about him. He does so good. His in-ring work is solid. His promo work is solid. The way he antagonizes people in the ring, both, with his psychology in the ring, with the psychology out of the ring, the mind games. He's so good, but then so goofy. And then he elevates the opponent as much as he elevates himself, because he knows if his opponent looks good, he can look better. Who do you got in that? I really do want to see Kenoh get kicked. I want to see Ozawa retain the championship, but I want to see that savagery from Kenoh, because that's the most entertaining Kenoh I love seeing. So that brings us to the end of the show, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment your favorite stuff down below. Any questions, any comments, help a girl out with those moves. Because, man, where do I even start describing some of that stuff? So leave comments for me to help me understand what is going on and what I'm seeing. Don't forget to follow Pro Wrestling Noah on all its social medias, and I will leave the link to their YouTube channel as well as their website down below, so you can get any merch that you want and extra content. I also highly recommend following Manabu Soya's YouTube channel. There's a lot of extra content on there. He does provide some Japanese subtitles, which if you have a translator, it might take a little bit to get through, but it's worth the entertainment. And sometimes you see some other members of Passion RATEL'S pop up in there. You never know how much of the story is also being built in there as well. Also, make sure you sign up for Wrestle Universe so you can view Pro Wrestling Noah. It's about 1,298 yen, or approximately 13-ish Canadian, depending on where the dollar is. It's an incredible price, because not only do you get access to Pro Wrestling Noah, you get access to Marvelous, you get access to Tokyo Joshi Pro, DDT, and much, much more. So go check it out. You can get all of this amazing wrestling, really good price. You can also, what else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for my plugs. If you want to follow me on my socials, you can follow me on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow me on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. What else? I think that's everything, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for our next episode. We got more of Noah Unleashed coming out, and in another week, we got another episode of Strong Style Fashion with a familiar face that I've been talking about today, so you don't want to miss out on who that is. All that being said, I am your Malbo. Matane. Mwah.